So, welcome to our second battle report. This time with Barak Urbaz. Still Iron Sky Command. Battalion with my heroes over here. Endrin Master with the Dirigible Suit as a general, with Grudge Bearer trait and the Phosphorite Bomblets. Endrin Master and Endrin Harness. Arcanaut Admiral and the Ether Chemist with Spell in a Bottle. Then we have Bound Chronomatic Hogs. 3x6 Engine Riggers. 1 unit with 2 volley guns, 2 drill cannons, pistols and swords. A second unit with the same layout. And then 1 unit with 1 Skyhook and 5 swords and pistols. The Ironclad with the Battle Ram and the Great Skyhook. And a Gunholder with the Breath of Morgrim and the Sky Cannon. And then also in the battalion 10 Arcanauts with all the little special weapons. That's 2000 points on the nose, 2 drops. Okay, and today we are facing Slaanesh, Godseeker host, with a Supreme Sybarites battalion. We have 20 Demonettes, another 20 Demonettes, a Seeker Chariot, and the mighty Soul Grinder. Great model, don't see it often on competitive tables, but we want to try it out. We have a Demon Prince of Slaanesh with the Enrapturing Circlet, Contorted Epitome with the Hysterical Frenzy spell. We have the Keeper of Secrets with the Trail Sniffer trait, Ritual Knife as an artifact, Bindings of Slaanesh, and the spell Slothful Stupor. And then we have a Bladebringer Herald on Exalted Chariot. 2 endless spells, the Prismatic Pallisade, Balewind Vortex, and then of course the terrain feature, the big mirror. No idea what's it called. The Fane of Slaanesh. Yes, thank you, Martin. Okay, that's in total how many points?
1980.
1980. So Martin will get a triumph, but it's more than my drop, so I outdrop him with my 2 drop. Okay, let's see how we deploy. Okay, today we are playing Forcing the Hand. And so we have 3 objectives on each opponent's side. And one of those will be 3 points for the opponent in his turn. The other one's 1. Here we have the deployment. We have 6 shooty Endrin Riggers over here, close to the objective to grab it later. We have the 10 Arcanauts with the Chemist on this terrain piece. The Ironclad back here with my General and the Combat Endrin Riggers. Admiral and Endrin Master inside the ship. And then over here we have on the objective Gunholders and another 6 shooty Endrin Riggers. We are 24 inches apart, so I try to stay about 27 inches away from him, so I cannot get charged first turn. Over here we have the Fane of Slaanesh put down here to mitigate a bit where I can land with my ship, to make it a bit more difficult for me to land on this objective. We have the Keeper and the Chariot. Then in this terrain piece, strung out towards the end, so I cannot land back there, we have Demonettes and the Demon Prince. Epitome on the front row is gonna try to cast the Balewind Vortex to jump on top of it. We have the Exalted Chariot here in the middle, Demonettes, and Soul Grinder, who can run and shoot, so he will be able to shoot at something on my end. So there's a couple of things we need to do. First, I will allocate my Grudge from my command trait. I will I think I will grudge the Demon Prince. So my general will deal double damage against the Demon Prince. Then I will roll my extra gold for Barak Urbaz. A 2, so that's 1 extra share of gold. I will give that to the Ironclad. And you need to roll for your triumph. We have a 3, which is reroll wound rolls in one phase. Okay, auxiliaries. I chose the bait, which will be my Arcanauts. So if you kill them, I gain my auxiliary point. And I also choose cornered. So if I have 2 units at the end of one of your heroes, at the end of either turn, then I score that one, which is helpful because in the Ironclad, for example, I have already 2 units inside, so they count as 3 units. If I finish a combat, a turn within 3 inches in combat with one of your heroes with the Ironclad, I automatically score that objective. What did you choose?
I have the bait 2 for my Keeper of Secrets.
The bait, okay.
And territorial
for the middle one.
For the middle one.
Okay. Alright, I finished deploying first with my 2 drops, and I will let Martin start first turn.
Yeah!
Okay, we'll be back after the hero phase. Okay, end of hero phase. The Keeper sacrificed his artifact for a +1 to hit. Then
+1 to hit.
+1 to hit?
Yes.
Yep. Then we have the Epitome, who casted a Mystic Shield on the Chariot, Exalted Chariot, and put down the wall over here, trying to block a bit line of sight and movement. You gained an extra command point from your battalion. And I think that's all that happened. I selected this objective over here to be the primary, because I think it's the furthest away from him, so he won't score that this turn. Okay, let's go into movement and we'll be back afterwards. Okay, end of movement phase. Almost everything ran except this Chariot with the Keeper up here on the edge of the objective. These guys ran up. These Demonettes are doing some kind of circle dance around their objective. We have the Epitome here in cover, wholly within 3 to get Lookout Sir. And the Soul Grinder ran up over here because it can run and shoot. And now we're gonna go into the shooting phase, but I don't think we'll have any charges because everything's too far away. Okay, shooting phase. The Soul Grinder took a couple of shots at these Engine Riggers, but with 3 6s to save, they only suffered 1 wound, and that's it. So Martin's gonna score 3 points for his 3 objectives. No battle shock, and we'll go into my turn. Okay, end of my hero phase. The Chemist used Etheric Augmentation on these 6 Engine Riggers to reroll 1s to wound and gain the command point. I'm not using the bottle yet because it's a bit hard to jump in here and charge yet, and if I don't get the double, I don't want to give him the +2 movement or +2 charge on all his units that can run and charge if I cannot delete enough this turn. So I'm gonna save that because I think the Chemist is quite safe for now. He will survive at least until my next round. So let's go into movement. Okay, end of my movement phase. This Gunholder and these Engine Riggers just moved a little bit up on the objective to shoot at the Soul Grinder. The Arcanauts ran. I had to spend a command point to get them onto the objective, and then the Chemist only run a 1, so he's trailing behind. I did not use a spell in a bottle yet. These Engine Riggers from over here, they just moved forward. The Ironclad flew high over here with the 6 combat Engine Riggers and the General 1 inch away from the terrain, but within 12 of the Keeper, so I can shoot at him. and I'm a little bit protected then if he gets the turn and jumps his Demon Prince over the wall to attack me on the objective. And then let's go into shooting phase. End of my shooting phase. The Keeper has suffered 11 wounds, so he's down to 3. The Exalted Chariot that I shot at with my Endrin Riggers and the Ironclad with the long range weapons suffered 6 wounds. And then I was not able to kill the Soul Grinder. He suffered 9 and he still has 7.
Yes.
And he still has
6.
6. Okay. And he still has 3. Alright. Okay. That's my shooting phase. Let's go into charge phase. I will try to charge the Keeper with these Ender Riggers. I need a 9. Plus 1 from the Skyhook. So an 8. That's a 10. 11. So I'm gonna charge in here. And I declare no other charges. So these guys charged in. He tried to locust them, but on a roll of 2 did not manage, so I can still pile in, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, end of combat phase. These guys chopped the Keeper up, which means Martin is getting his auxiliary, but I have more models on this objective. Score me 1 point here. And another 3 points for my own objectives, putting me to 4 points. And then we roll off for the second turn. I have a 1 and you win ties, so your choice. Do you want the turn or not?
I take so.
You take the turn. Alright, then we'll be back after your hero phase. I will... difficult. Which one will I choose for my secondary? I will again choose this one as my primary, not secondary, primary objective. Okay, end of hero phase, turn 2. The Epitome casted the Balewind Vortex, then Hysterical Frenzy onto the Arcanauts, killing 1, and then Overwhelming Acquiescence onto these Ender Riggers, so he can reroll 1s to hit against them. And the Chariot, Exalted Chariot, did the same onto these Ender Riggers, so also rerolling 1s against this unit. And basically that's it. Let's go into the movement phase. End of movement phase. Chariot just moved up to 3 inches, so did the Demon Prince and the Exalted. These Demonettes run up to be within 3 inches of the Epitome to give it lookouts there. Now also with a +2 save from cover and the Balewind and the 2+ against mortal wounds, so that's gonna be nasty to deal with. These Demonettes run up onto both objectives. Well, no, this one not yet. They need to charge if they want to get onto this, and the Soul Grinder moved up within 3 inches of these guys. Now we go into shooting. Okay, shooting phase. Soul Grinder shot at the Ender Riggers, rerolling 1s and dealt 1 wound. So 1 is dead. And now we go into charge phase. So this unit suffered a wound for your depravity points. And who's gonna charge first?
Soul Grinder.
Soul Grinder needs a 3. Gets a 3. Okay, so just forward onto the objective.
Demonettes.
Demonettes. A 7. Yeah, enough to get over there into combat, and more important, onto the objective, which is 3 points for you. So big move over there. Okay, then over here, who's next?
Seeker Chariot.
The Secret Chariot. A 11. Okay. Is he doing impact wounds?
Yes. On the 2 plus.
2 plus 5, yes.
And 1 mortal.
1 mortal wound. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna allocate that to the Skyhook.
And the Demon Prince.
Demon Prince. A 4, that's enough because he was 3 inches away. Yeah. Okay. And then I guess also the Exalted Chariot. That's a 10. Should be enough. Don't break it. Yeah, he's there. Don't manage.
And impact.
Okay, impact damage here. How many?
On a 2 plus. Yeah, what? On a 2 plus or on a 5 plus? 4, V3.
D3, 4, 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal
Okay, so 1 dies, 1 gets a wound. Okay, and then we go into combat. Okay, end of combat phase. Demon Prince, who always strikes first, and the Exalted, they finish these engine riggers. Over here we have 2 more engine riggers alive, and the gun holder down to 8 wounds. I'm gonna roll for Battle Shock. For my Arcanauts, they are Bravery 6, they lost 1 guy, but they can reroll Battle Shocks because they're wholly within 9 of an objective. So they roll a 1, they are fine. And then the Engine Riggers, Bravery 7, they lost 4, so on a 4 plus, someone goes. They roll a 2, no problemo.
And the demons lost 1.
Demonettes, they lost 1, so you want to roll a 1 to replenish. No, 6. They have Bravery 10, so nothing happens.
But when you pass here,
Yeah.
you must reroll because of my icon.
Ah, okay. Then I need to reroll. 4 plus. Yes. 1 runs away. Okay. Then scoring. You score 3 points over here. You score 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point here on yours. So a total of 6 points. Bringing you up to 9 points after your second round. So, in my hero phase, I Etheric augmentated the Arcanauts, and with Spell in a Bottle I let out the bound chromatic cogs and sped them up. And then in the movement phase, he had to run up here. Again, only rolled a 1. The Arcanauts moved forward 6 to be in shooting range of the Demonettes. This Engine Rigger fled from combat. He's in cover now, but still on the objective. And the Gunholder disengaged. I placed him here, so he has a lot of Demonettes within 6 inch, so he can use his Breath of Mogrim on them, and he's still able to shoot. So hopefully I can shoot off most of these Demonettes. I moved these Engine Riggers over here, so they either have the choice to shoot at the Demonettes with the long range weapons, shoot at the Epitome with the short range weapons and charge it, or then shoot at this hero over here, should there be need. Ironclad moved up within 3 inches, so did my general, so I'm gonna try to kill all these 3 heroes over here through shooting, charging, close combat with all these units. And the primary objective was placed here in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna go into shooting. In my shooting phase, I used the Breath of Mogrim, killed 3 Demonettes with the toxic gas, and then I shot down another 2 Arcanauts shot at them, killed a couple. These engine riggers shot at these demonites and killed 2 and dealt a couple of wounds to the demon prince. The Ironclad used one of its gold shares to reroll all hits and managed to delete the Exalted Chariot and deal a couple of wounds to the other remaining heroes. And I spent a command point on the general to reroll once to hit, but he didn't do much damage to the demon prince, even with double damage. And the 2 heroes inside the boat also shot a couple of shots. Now I'm gonna use my bombs. Demon Prince is left on 1 wound, and he's left on 2 wounds. No, I don't think I'm gonna spend my phosphorite bomblets for this. It's not worth it, because maximum I can do is 2 mortal wounds. No, I'm gonna keep them and go into the charge phase. I'm gonna charge with my general first. He gets +2. He needs a 3. So that's a 6, 7, 8. 8 inches. Yes, we'll get him over here. And then the boat's gonna charge with a +4 because of the skyhook on the chromatic hogs. I charge a 3, +4 is 7. You know what, that's okay. I'm not gonna spend a command point. I'm just gonna move 7 inches forward into here, and I'm gonna use my battle ram on the chariot. So 7 dice. Each 4+ is a mortal wound. That is 2 mortal wounds. Ah, could have been more. Sorry. He's dead. That killed him. Fantastic. 2 wounds. And no more charges because the gunholder disengaged. Cannot charge. I could charge the Arcanauts, but honestly, I don't think they can do much. I could charge these engine riggers into the epitome, but it's on a +2 save. I've got 3 attacks. You know what? I'm gonna try. Let's see what I roll. I roll a 10 +2, a 12, so they're gonna make it into there. Okay, enough comment phase. This was a stupid idea because he made I can only attack him if he attacks first, and then he used his triumph and I could not pile in, and he killed 5 engine riggers, so that was a stupid idea. I bombed away the demon prince before he could strike first, so he's gone, so that's good. And there were no other combats. I dealt 1 damage back with my Mizzen Master over here. So I'm gonna roll for Battle Shock. For him, he lost 5. He's got Bravery 7. That is a 6. He is definitely gone unless he's wholly within 18 of the ship. No, he's not. Okay, he's gone. Stupid idea. Lost me 1 unit. At least you don't get the priority point for that. Scoring. Yeah, Battle Shock over here. You want to roll a 1. Definitely. Let's roll. Not a 1. A 2. And you lost 12, so 14. You lose another 4. Yeah, because bravery 10. You're not more than 10 anymore, so no extra.
Was brauche ich denn für die Ikonenträger brauche ich?
Okay. So there's 3 of them left. But you get depravity for them, depravity for her. 2 points. Oh, and battle shock here, because you lost 2.
Und dann Bravery Point da noch.
It's a 2, no one runs, but you get another depravity point here. Okay, so then you have 4 models here, I have 2, so I don't score that. I scored this 1 point. This one I still own, 2 points. 3 points for this one. Puts me up at 7 to your 9. And then we go into roll off. You win ties. I rolled a 5. Let's go. That is a 6. Do you want to turn?
Yes, my turn.
Your turn. Okay. We go into a third round Slaanesh. Okay. End of your hero phase. You failed to dispel the wall. Prismatic Pallisade. Then you cast Hysterical Frenzy on these Arcanauts, killing 3. And you cast the, what was it? Superior Acquiescence onto the Gunholder, so rerolling ones to hit against the Gunholder. Basically, that was it. Okay, let's go into movement. Okay, end of movement phase. What's this? We have a unit of 3 Seeker Chariots. We're proxying a bit, but the base size is the same, so and they almost look the same, so that's okay. These are all Seeker Chariots. 3 of them 9 inches away, so not on the objective, but they can reroll charges and they get a +2, so there's a good chance they get onto the objective, which is the primary. Then we have the Demonettes that run up here onto this objective. Those Demonettes walked away a bit towards the edge of your objective, and the Soul Grinder advanced. Basically that's it. All that happened in the movement phase. Shooting. Okay, end of shooting. The Soul Grinder shot at the Gunholder, dealing 1 wound. And then we go into charge phase. Soul Grinder. He gets a +2 from Cogs. So that's a 14. Should be enough. Okay, barely there. Good. Then the big unit needs a 9, so needs a 7. That's a 5, but you can reroll. Come on! That's a 3, 5. No, they don't make it. Not onto the primary objective. Whew! That's lucky for me. Very lucky.
What was the first?
The first one was a 5. Plus
8.
2 is a 7.
Plus
Doesn't-
1.
Plus 1 from then. No,
Is not
8 is not enough.
No.
Yeah, because you're Godseeker, everyone gets a plus.
No.
So he charged a 15. Okay. And they ran, they can't charge, but there's no one in charge range. Okay, then we have combat over here. You want to do anything start of combat phase?
No.
No, then I'm going to roll my bombs from Gunholder on the 4+. No, as usual. No mortal wounds. And you're going to start fighting over there. Okay, end of combat phase. Short combat phase. Soul Grinder dealt 4 wounds to the Gunholder, so he's down to 3 wounds remaining, and Gunholder did nothing to the Soul Grinder. You score this for 1 point. Luckily, this one in the middle you don't. You score this for another point. 2, 3, 4 points, putting you up to 13 to my 7. And then we go into my turn, and you score 2 depravity as well, putting you back to 2. Okay, in my hero phase, I just got that 1 command point. I forgot to mention he battle shock immuned the Arcanauts from the previous round. And then he etheric augmented himself, and he dialed the codes to speed up time. And now we're gonna go into the movement phase. Okay, end of my movement phase. Gunholder disengaged, and Enderrigger moved up. Both are still on the objective. I wanted to keep the Gunholder so that he has all these Demonettes within 6 inches for his Breath of Mogrim. And the plan is to kill at least them 3, or the Soul Grinder to just be done with him and have this objective secure. Arcanauts moved up because, I mean, from the magic they're gonna suffer more and more mortal wounds over time, so I might as well just get some shots into the Seeker Chariots, and the Chemist also moved up so he can shoot his cannon at them as well. And then here I decided to keep the Ironclad over here with a fly high, equidistance from the Seeker Chariots and these Demonettes, so I can charge either if needed. And I could have moved up my general onto this objective, but there's 3 Demonettes there. There's plenty of them, so anyway he's not gonna capture it. So I'd rather keep him close to the Ironclad in case of repairs or fly high needed. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the shooting phase. Okay, end of my shooting phase. I managed to kill 1 Demonette, and he's down to 2 wounds remaining, so didn't achieve anything. Between the Arcanauts, the Chemist, and a couple of shots from the Ironclad, I killed 2 Seeker Chariots, and the last is down to 3 wounds. And then I blasted off, I think, 12. Yes, 12 Demonettes, so there's 6 left here between, again, Ironclad and my general. So I'm gonna go into charges. I'm gonna charge my general first. I think he needs a 10. So he gets +2 from the cogs, so I need an 8. That is a 10, so 12, fantastic. And then I'm gonna charge the Ironclad, who gets +4. I'm gonna place him like so. And then I'd like to be, what's the range on her? You can't fight before I fight.
It's 3 so maybe.
3 inches?
Yes, 3 inches.
So yeah, I'd like to stay outside of 3 inches of her. And then the Ironclad gets +4. Needs a 9 at least. That's cogged. So that's a 5. With 4 is a 9. Okay. Yeah, that should be 9 inches. I'm gonna re-roll that for my last command point from the Admiral inside. And that is a 7, so an 11. And I'm gonna move her into here, so I cap, not sure if I can manage to cap both objectives. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop the ram. We said 11, 5, 6, 7 onto the Demonettes within 1 inch. That is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mortal wounds. That's the Demonettes gone. Charges over here. Because the ship disengaged, cannot charge. He gets a 5. That should at least get him. Yeah, over here. So you can pile into the Demonettes later. Okay, then we go into combat. Okay, end of combat. The Epitome is down to 3 wounds?
No, 4 wounds.
4 wounds? 4 wounds. The ship suffered 5 wounds. The Gunhauler still has 1 wound. There's 2 wounds, yes. I suffered 1. Still 2 wounds remaining. The stupid Soul Grinder still has 1 wound left. It's not dying. And there's 1 Demonette left. And you're going to roll for Battle Shock for that Demonette. She can't fail, but you want to roll a 1. No, a 6. But that's an 8. No one runs, but no one comes back. And basically, my heroes here, Admiral and Engine Master and Dirigible, they both whiffed. dealt no damage to the epitome. So I score, since it's my turn, you get 6 depravity, putting you back to 8. I score 3 points here, 4 and 5, putting me to 12 to your 14 at the end of round 3. And then we go to round 4 and roll off, and you win ties. Let's go, double turn. A4, oh, solid. And A2, so I will take the double turn, yes, in this case. Okay, Kharadron Overlords, 4th turn. So, my hero phase, I got a command point. He etheric augmentated the Arcanauts this time. The ship healed back 2 wounds from the Engine Master inside, 3 from the Engine Master outside, and 1 itself, so back to full health. And that's basically it. Let's go into movement phase. End of movement phase, Arcanauts and Chemist moved up. And basically that's it. Let's go into shooting. Okay, end of shooting. The Great Skyhook impaled the Epitome for 6 damage flat. So she's gone. The Chemist killed the last Seeker Chariot. Yes, thank you. And the Gunholder with 6 shrapnel shots did absolutely no damage to the Soul Grinder, who's on 1 wound. So nothing happened there. No charges. I'm gonna try to bomb the Soul Grinder on a 4+. No, a 2. I'm not gonna kill him. Jesus Christ. Combat. That's the only combat we have. So I'm gonna attack him quickly. 4 attacks for 4s and 4s. That's 2 on 4s. That's another 2. 2 without rend. Come on, he has 1 wound. And finally he's dead. Hooray! He's gone, but there's still 1 Demonette on the objective. She's not in combat, so I won't score. So I score 1 point here, 3 over here, because the Ironclad is still on that objective. So that's 4, 5, and 6 for this one. And you are currently left with 1 Demonette and the Epitome, but I believe you have enough points to summon something over here. Okay, end of movement phase. She stayed where she is. In the hero phase, he gained a command point, nothing much happened. But end of movement phase, he summoned 5 Seekers onto this objective. So if he gets a double turn, he can run them. He's hoping to run them not only on his objective, but onto the next one if he gets a double turn. Now, charges over here. She needs a 4, I think. Yeah, 8, 9, 10 with the cogs, no problem. Okay. Any other charges? No. Then I'm gonna start up combat phase, gonna drop bombs, hopefully, a 4+. Yes, for T3 mortal wounds, 2 mortal wounds. And she's dead. Yeah, I mean, he tried to do it because if he killed the Gunholder, then he could score extra on this one, this one, this one, hoping to still have a shot at victory. So there's not much happening. No depravity. You're back to 2 points on depravity. And we roll off for the 5th and final turn. You score 1, 2, and this one you don't score. 2 points. Okay. I have a 3. Reroll that. Reroll that. It's a 4. Double turn for you. You want to take it?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Okay, quick hero phase. 1 command point, but no heroes to spend it. And end of movement phase. These guys ran 10 plus 2 from cogs. They can run 2d6 plus 14 base movement, so 26 inches, and that took him from back there over here. These guys are fast, and now he's gonna try to charge. That's a 6, 7, 8 with cogs. I chose this primary, by the way, because now I own it and he's not there anymore. Remember, if you're within 3 of the chemist, you suffer -1 to hit. Okay. Any impact hits?
No.
No. Okay, therefore, outside of 3? Yeah, you're gonna try. I mean, you charged enough, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna hit them. And we'll be back after the massacre. So, end of combat. With re-rolling saves from the gold, they only killed one poor little Archnaut. But I was not able to do any damage back to them. We have to check for battle shock. But I think I might be wholly within 18. Yes, I'm wholly within 18 of the Ironclad, so I'm battle shock immune from the battalion. So I have 6 models, you have 5. You unfortunately don't score this one, so you only scored these 2. Putting you to a final count of 17. I'm already at 18, and I would probably score, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 more points. So I think we'll end the game here. Thank you very much. And let's talk a bit about what went good and went bad in this battle report. Okay, to recapture a little bit what went well, what did not go well. Charging my Endrinriggers into the epitome was just useless and stupid. That just cost me 200 points and lost me this objective, so that was a bit stupid on my part. For the rest, I think the list worked quite well. I did not gain the extra gold after fighting from Urbaz. I only rolled a 1 for the extra gold at the beginning, so not that impactful. I had basically no chance to use the phosphorite bomblets because I didn't want to use them on the epitome because she has a 2+ feel no pain against mortals. That would have been a bit of a waste. Just for shits and giggles, we now rolled them against the Seekers here, and he did 6 mortal wounds, so that was okay. The gunhauler fighting over here with the soul grinder, I think took way too long. Maybe when in the first turn I moved the gunhauler up here with some Endrinriggers, I could have moved him closer to the soul grinder to not only shoot him but also charge him with some bombs and free attacks from the Endrinriggers with the swords. Might have killed him earlier because he cost me a couple of points back here. The Arcanauts, I mean, they did quite well. They also did some shooting, so they did more damage than usual in my games. The Admiral inside the ship, the plan was to have him to give a +1 to hit to everyone inside the ship, but honestly, that never came up. And when it did, I didn't have a command point, so I don't know. His shot is only 9 inches. His hammer attack is nice, but I think the Endrin Master inside the ship is enough because he heals and he does melee damage. I don't know if you need the Admiral, so you could have spent another 100 points on something else. In Urbaz, maybe have a 9-man shooty rigger unit because you can give them gold from the Urbaz ability. So 9 is okay. Battle Ram was okay in the game in combination with cogs. That's always fun to deal some mortal wounds, but I feel to have the Spar Torpedo on the gunholder is a bit more impactful than the Breath of Mogrim, which is basically attacks in Urbaz. So I'm not sure if this kind of list works best in Urbaz or might be better in Zilfin, where you would lose the phosphorite bomblets, but as I said, didn't come up. Or maybe play this in Barak and have some more Skywarns instead. For Martin's part, for Slaanesh, I mean the big impactful thing was failing this 6-inch charge twice here in the middle. If not, he would have deleted the Arcanauts, gained 3 points, would have been a much more different game, much more in his favor, and also me then getting the double turn from round 3 into round 4 obviously sealed the deal for me. But other than that, I think the Demonites did quite well in screening and zoning out. The Soul Grinder, as we said previously, it's not your most competitive choice. He stayed around quite a while because of his 16 wounds, but his damage output in shooting is not worth it. And his melee is okay, but you could have more damage if you get a second keeper maybe. We'll have to see with points wise. Or Siegwald, he'd be a nice, interesting thing. Or even more, you know, other units. Demon Prince, I think his melee output is good, but with only 8 wounds, 3+ save, he's kind of squishy. I like that he's flying and he's quite mobile. So he's interesting. Unfortunately, he's not a Hedonite, so he doesn't get the locus of diversion. But I think he's solid. He's okay. Have a hero around. I think the best combo in your list was having the Epitome on the Balewind in the middle. That was great in cover. So quite defensive with Demonites around for -1 to be hit, +2 save, and then have a whole range to do her magic, to summon units, to have like that little beacon in the middle to command the field. So that was a good choice. I think that's a solid thing to have. The Keeper, unfortunately, he's a classic glass cannon. He just goes down too quick. You know, 14 wounds, 4+ save, no after save. He's if you bring some Ren to the game, he's dead quite quick in my experience so far against Slaanesh. So you actually want him to charge things and not get charged. Yeah, that's everything from us. Hope you enjoyed the second battle report with our new terrain. If you were wondering, all these statues and so on, they are 3D printed from Dark Fantastic Mills. Go check them out. I just stuck them on some plastic art and modeled some desert around them. And we'll see you in the next battle report. Bye bye.